Learn how you can support at secondlinearts.org.
We're creating a platform for those who are curious, one that tells the story from the artist's perspective. Moments in time, captured from the innovators who are reshaping dance, music, theater, and the visual arts. This is the Working Artist Project.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. My name is Dani Douglas, and welcome back to the Working Artist Project. What up, Greg? What up? What's happening? Had to find all my buttons, man. It's been a minute.
Man, every time we do this, it's always quite a challenge to remember how to push all the right buttons at the right time in the right order.
I know, man. I feel like I'm getting old, and you don't hear all those dings, right? Yeah, right. I know, as we're officially getting into the old stage. I'm 37 now, man. I can never believe that I was just 16 and then I woke up and I was 37. Ain't that something?
Well, you know what? Like I tell everyone else, it's better than the other option. So
we still here, baby, doing the thing.
I think it's a blessing, man.
My mom is watching tonight, so I'm gonna keep my motherfuckers to a minimum. Okay.
Oh wow, okay. We got one on the board tonight. I'm excited. This is going to be a family night. I've never really gotten a chance to hang with your family very much.
That's right, man. It's a family affair. All right. Well, you missed the wedding, Greg. You would have met everybody, but you missed the wedding. So, you know, that's your fault, man. You had to go get some money.
Hey, man.
All right. Let's get right to it. We don't really have no announcements, man. So we're going to get right to it. And tonight we have a very special guest, someone that I know very well because we grew up in the same house, but 1 year apart, almost exactly. I'm born in January. She's born in April. And she's my little sister. She just released, so she's been releasing some singles, and she's coming out with a brand new EP, and it's going to be dope. And she's kind of famous, Greg. Like the first day she released her music video, in like 30 minutes, she had like 12,000 views, man.
What?
Yeah. So look, man, I was a little jealous, man. I released a video for 6 months and only got 18 views. Ain't that something?
That is something, man. We got to figure out how she did that.
All right, y'all. Without further ado, let's welcome Dani Douglas to the Working Artist Project.
Woo, 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 woo.
Hold on, I got a clap track.
Hey.
What's up, Dani? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
We're doing good. We got to just get right to it. So tell me about Darrian.
Wait a minute. Tell us about your what'd you say?
I was gonna say, I used to beat him up all the time. Especially,
Oh, I don't doubt that for 1 second.
Right.
Hey, Greg, I don't know if you know this, but my sister's about 4'2", man. So she did not beat me up, bro. Don't worry.
But no.
I always think that shorter people have an advantage in a fight, man, because I'm tall and I just tell people I fall. It's a farther fall for me.
Check it out. So it's gonna be weird for me to call you Dani, but I'm going to. Dani Douglas. I just I like the music, as you know, and I want to get into like the why of the music and the story of music and what's inspired you to create this record, because you've created other music before this, but this one seems to be a little more personal.
Yeah. Just pretty much want to let people get to know who I am, not just as an artist, but as an individual. So I'm telling my story in my full album. You're going to get to know who I am, from when I went through things with men, being a single mother, and, just how hard it is. And you can just get to learn me.
Yeah. And when you, like, what do you mean? Like, who are you? Like, what is it about you that you're trying to get people to?
The TV down. Just as far as like what women go through. Every aspect of what women go through with these crazy men.
I don't know if you noticed, but I am not a woman. So you got to get into some details, because I don't know what women go through. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't crazy. Red crazy, but I ain't crazy.
Yeah, like, first of all, how we have kids by them and they don't help us. I'm not saying all men, but pretty much 90%, how they don't help with them, and just things that women go through. Like I have a song called Bipolar Love, and women are bipolar, first of all. I think pretty much all women. And one day we'll love you, one day we won't. One day we can't stand you. We might want you to come over tonight, but tonight I don't want you to come. So, just pretty much on how we are as women and what we just deal with different men that we date.
I always had an inclination, and I'm really glad we could set this straight tonight.
Always thought that women was bipolar.
But just for the record, I'll own the crazy. I'm pretty crazy, so it's all good.
People in general, yeah.
So when you create music, is it meant to tell the story of yourself, or how do you? What's the purpose of music in your life?
Yeah, like this particular EP, I have been trying to just focus on the things that I go through only, because I know a lot of people can relate. If I put myself in my music, my struggles, what I went through in life, like I said, what I went through with different men, I think that everybody would kind of tap in to that side because we all go through it.
90%. You said like 90% of men don't take care of their kids. That's a big ass. It's like you came out the gate firing all women bipolar. I just, first of all, for the record, before y'all email me, I did not say that. Greg did not say. Greg co-signed. I didn't say nothing. So I didn't. Don't email me.
I saw how you was looking. You was agreeing to something.
No. I was shocked. That was a shock. Like, I can't believe you said that. We're gonna have to get some people in these comments. Hey, what do y'all think? Get in the live comments and let us know what y'all think about those statements. But
might be our last podcast.
We get canceled. But yeah, like this song, actually, the Bipolar Love is actually one of the songs I like that the most out of the song. Yeah. And I want to stay right there. Like, what is it that you think like makes you? I'm not gonna say other women because only you bipolar, or makes you flip flop in the love category. 1 minute I want to be with you, the next minute, you know what, man, fuck off. You know what I'm saying?
It just depends on the mood, like how I feel that day, to be honest.
Okay.
So it's like in the song, I say, sometimes I want to be with you, but sometimes I don't, Sometimes I might want to get married to you, but sometimes I don't.
Right.
So it's just, I think it's something that everybody has tapped into at some point, how we go through our ups and downs in relationships. Today, I might be madly in love with you. Tomorrow, you might piss me off, and I'm not. So that's the whole story of the bipolar love.
Right.
I'm kind of intrigued by that energy, because I'm not going to say that that's a female energy, but I feel like that's actually kind of an artist energy in this sense that, like, I know, through our lives, we both encountered many artists, and I feel like we tend to be kind of temperamental people. And I feel like that's also like a contributing factor to art to some extent. Sometimes that energy of those experiences are our inspiration. And so how do you channel all of that stuff into what you do?
To be honest, I love doing a song on the mood that I'm in. So if today I feel like I'm in the love mood, I want to go to the studio today. Or if I'm pissed off, like if you make me mad, I want to go to the studio that day and record a record, because that's how I make the best songs. If I get mad today and try to do the song 5 hours or 5 days later, it's like I'm not gonna sound the same as I would as if I was mad that day and I was in the studio and recorded it. I feel like you can feel me more when I do that.
Do you feel like you have to like be in that state of mind as you're doing the song, or can you like rechannel that like a week later?
I can't rechannel it. If I don't finish recording the song while I'm upset, it's not gonna be the same.
That's always something that like I've grappled with too. Like, I could definitely identify with having strong feelings up and down and left and right and all that kind of stuff. But I've like, through my life, I've like tried to struggle with how do I continue to be happy at somewhat level and still create like great art, inspirational art, feel inspired myself. And do you feel like that's like a possibility or something you strive for, or do you kind of see yourself as like looking for those types of experiences in order to create art?
I do. I think when we actually put our experiences into anything that we do, it's better. You get to know us, you get to feel what we are going through, and you kind of understand, you gravitate toward it, you know, because I know that each song that I've done, somebody has went through it, and it's going to make you gravitate towards that music. So yeah, I do.
Yeah. You know, I was just thinking because like, you know, as we're creating art and especially music, you said that you for you it's easier when you're like right in that emotion.
Right.
And so and that shocked me actually because first of all, Greg, my sister, she is the most talented person that I know, one of them for sure. She can dance, she can sing, she can act. And I feel like you could, because sometimes when I'm playing music, I have to rechannel something. The easiest emotion to channel is hate, right?
Right.
And so like if you're playing a song, for instance, about racism or some other like horrific event, you can channel that hate deep inside of you. And then the second easiest thing to channel is love at any point because it was like very strong, but it's like those other emotions, those in-between emotions that are more difficult to recreate to help your audience feel live. But we're doing something different than you do because you got to rechannel it in the studio alone.
Right.
That maybe that's what it is for you. What do you?
Yep. We're at the studio and it'll just be me, the producer. And it's like when you're a singer, you have to get the audience to feel whatever you're singing. So if I'm not feeling it, you're not gonna feel it. So I have to put myself and my struggles in that music at that time while I'm doing it, or you're not gonna feel the music. You're gonna know if I'm not, my emotions weren't in it.
Right. That's like when I hear Omarion, like he sucks. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. When you hear Beyonce, you can hear the emotions in her song.
Greg, for the record, Greg doesn't like Beyonce.
Oh, he doesn't like Beyonce. Wait a minute.
It's not that I don't like Beyonce. I think I tuned out of Beyonce when she left Destiny's Child. That's like how far it goes.
Wow. That's a long time ago.
It's been a minute since I listened to pop music like that.
That's not good, Greg.
I'm curious, you all have a history, and this is I don't know anything about y'all's dynamic, but what's as I'm here with both of y'all, I'm so perplexed and curious as to how did you all? I'm going to interview both of y'all. That's
Oh, really? Okay.
No, but I'm curious because like as I'm sitting here, y'all are both fantastic artists and very passionate about what y'all do, and so I'm just curious too, like how, like what was it about? I'm gonna ask Dani, but Dani, like what was part of your upbringing that brought you to music? And then I'm also curious, like, how did y'all get into music, but such different genres?
Right. Well, Darrian didn't want me to be in his band. What? And I'm still upset about that.
What are we talking about? This is not true.
I was younger. I'm still upset about it. When I was younger, I wanted to be in his band and he chose someone else. I think I sung one time on stage and he just, after that, he's like,
I don't remember that, but.
You remember I was nervous and I probably didn't do a good job. And you
oh,
like,
yeah, that was it then. Yeah, you got fired.
So, at that point, I was like, okay, so I had to start doing my own thing. My own brother, my family would not allow me to be in his jazz band.
Greg, I don't know if that, I can't remember that incident, but it does sound like something I would do.
Totally, yeah.
But man, you know what it was too? Like they played piano, man, and I played drums.
He hated it.
Yeah, my sisters, they weren't in music in school. Like I was in music in school, and she was in the dance program. But we all played music, but we never played music at home together, which is weird. And then, for instance, when I would practice, they'd come in there and be like, "Stop!" They be yelling at me, they be mad. practicing and like you always practicing like
all day long. I'm like, God, late.
So, but yeah, we did end up in two different genres, but that's weird. That is weird, but what it is.
Yeah, it's totally crazy. But like that, the thing is, like, y'all are both equally passionate and equally talented and equally driven to accomplish your things. And I just think that's like, that's such a cool thing to check out about siblings,
Yeah.
Why don't we take a moment now? I want to listen to this song, a few minutes of this song, Bipolar. And then we can just, since all women are bipolar, that's not my statement. That's Dani Douglas. Don't email me. Here we go. This one's called Bipolar. Here we go.
Sometimes I wish that you knew how to deal with me. And then sometimes I wish that you would just up and leave. It's crazy, but it's true. What you gon' do? It's time to make a move with me. Sometime I call you to see if you gon' come over. But I'm in my feelings tonight, so let me be. Cause I've been in my feelings, child. What you gon' do? It's time to make a move with me. Ooh, pressure. It ain't about the ring, no pressure. I thought about the shit you did, and I don't think I'm over it. I don't think I'm over you. Don't wanna be over you.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm over you. It's about the pressure. That's a hit, man. I wish I would have wrote that, man. How do I get in your band? Like, I'm trying. I'm tired of this jazz music, man. I ain't with it.
Look, come on. I always like, look, what we gotta do. Stay ready.
I'm curious about what is your songwriting process like? So you have some lyrics, you hear a melody in your head. Like, take us through what happens when you feel inspired.
Actually, I have a camp of writers. So, we'll listen to beats. He'll make the beat right then and there on the spot. He'll ask how I'm feeling that day. So based off on how I'm feeling, he'll do the beat. And then after we hear the beat, he's like, well, what do you hear with this song? And I'm like, you know what? I'm going through this, and this. And then he'll start, just kind of asking, digging into whatever I'm going through. And then we'll just write from there. But we all write it.
So when y'all are in the writing process, do you afterwards, how do y'all figure out who is going to get the points? Like, how do you know who gets what? We just split everything down the middle. Wow.
Yeah. So we don't do this person get this amount of percentages and I get this. We just split everything down the middle.
Why don't you just write it yourself?
I haven't written a song myself in a while. And I think me getting different writers to write it, it can bring out a different side of me. I might write a song that's completely different from what he's gonna write or my other writers, but I don't like to be one genre. I like to be all, like R&B, soul, jazz, like Christian. I like all of them. So it's just it's easy to for them to write for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite artists? Like I had a flash in my head as to who you kind of resemble, but like who inspires you to create?
My favorite artist, I like Summer Walker. She's the top one. I like Beyonce, Jasmine Sullivan, India Ari, back in the day. But the newest artist, I like Summer Walker. Yeah.
Summer Walker is like whatever. Okay. Sorry, Greg. Go ahead.
No, but I'm curious too, because so you say you work with a team,
Uh-huh.
Like coming from like music school kind of conservatory vibes, I think a lot of us musicians and artists take a lot of pride in doing everything, right? We want to write the beat, we
Mhm.
want to play the drums, we want to play the keyboards, we want to write the lyrics, we want to do all that kind of
Right.
stuff. How do you think working in a team kind of like helps perpetuate what you do, as opposed to if you were to do everything yourself, one stop shop kind of vibe?
I love it because having a team, it just pushes you to be greater. If I did it, I'm not saying I couldn't do it if I did it by myself, but one day I might go to the studio and I might not feel like singing, or I might not do the best that I can, but having a team, they're gonna push you to where you're trying to get to and what they want. I might feel like I can't sing a high note, but he gonna make me sing. Girl, you can hit this note like Beyonce. So he's just, I don't know, my producer, he really, really pushes me to be the best that I can. And I think without him, I wouldn't be doing a lot of these songs that I'm doing now. He pushed me to my limit.
Yeah, it reminds me of how music was created. It is sound crazy back, in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s, or even if you think about like the Motown era, like they had a team of people helping to bring out the best in the artist.
Yes.
And like in our genre, we don't have that. We just we bring out the best in ourselves.
Yeah.
But maybe we aren't actually getting the best that we can get because we have like one perspective on our art. And then we're so sensitive. Like motherfucker tell you something, that's my second motherfucker. I'm not gonna go past. That was my third. I'm only gonna say 5 tonight because my mama watching. But like we if I said to Greg in the studio, hey man, like why don't you, your tone a little fucked up, man, why don't you try this? He would be upset the whole day.
Yeah.
I'm already pissed that you said that.
But he's only pushing you to be better. And what I've realized from like when I started singing a year ago, recording with him, I have gotten so much better than what I was when I came in. He makes me, like when we're recording, he'll make me start singing first before we even write anything. At first, I was like, I ain't doing that. I can't do that. But now it's like, okay, turn the mic on. I got it. And it's like having a team, they help you build your confidence too. Because today I'm singing on stage. It's a crowd of people. I might not have the confidence, but he's gonna push that confidence out of me and be like, girl, you can do this. You bomb. Like, can't nobody sing like you. I'm like, dang, you right. So I don't know. It really helps having a team of people.
Who is your producer? Who do you work with?
His name is Lois Brown, and he's from Jackson.
Awesome. So I'm curious, like, what is it about? How did you all hook up? And then what is it about him you trust so much to actually tell you those things? Like, I'm in the studio, I get offended, and then how do you build that trust? I mean, I think that's a special relationship to have with someone else.
Well, we met on Instagram actually because I did a single with Daz Dillinger, Tupac's producer. But I did a single with him, and I was posting my music at that time from him and also some other people that I was working with. And he just got in my inbox and asked if we could start working. We didn't at that time. We probably waited about 6 months, and we started, came to his house and we started recording a little bit. And then as far as how do I trust him, because I'm telling you, from the beginning, I was not on the level that I am now. Nowhere near it.
All right, I'm gonna shake everything up right now, Greg. I'm gonna shake it up. I gotta do it. So when do you know it's time to fire him or her or whoever? Fire anybody on your team. Like, how do you know when you've grown past what they can do for you? Like, have you thought about that?
As far as like firing anyone on my team now, like the way I look at things is like, I don't like jealousy. I don't like drama. Like, if you can't bring something to the table on where we're trying to get, you have to go. You know what I'm saying? So I just pay attention to a lot. I pay attention to energy while we're in the room. If there's 5 of us and we're working on one artist at that time, everybody needs to be focused on this artist. So if you're not focused on the artist at that time and you're being selfish, we can't work with you because we're going to do the same thing when we get into your project.
Can't work with me because it's all about me all the time. I'm
gotta
go. So when you're in the studio, like let's say you said there was like 5 of y'all in the studio, so y'all will spend like a section of time working on your music, and then you guys will switch to someone else's at a different point, or how does that work?
Yes, like we might do it. We don't really know until we make it there, but I might do a all-nighter. But everybody is going to be there and everybody's going to participate. They're going to help write. They're going to push me. And then tomorrow night, it's going to be another artist. And I have to do the same thing for this other artist. And I also, he's also teaching me to be an engineer also. So while I'm there, I'm recording other artists. So he's just building me to be the best that I can.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty good. Y'all need to put me on a team just so I can shake things up, because this shit is going to.
That's inspiring though, because I definitely believe that, like, people don't come up by themselves. Like, people come in groups, and I think that's like a real powerful thing to hear from your story also, is that you're working with other artists at the same time, and they're contributing to your creative process, and then you're doing it vice versa. And it's like a whole scene of music coming up together.
Yes,
absolutely. Yeah, we do the same thing. Like, Greg and I started Second Line Arts Collective 6 years ago, and it took both of us. And like, what I'm saying, like, I couldn't have done it without him, and I know I don't think he could have done it without me, because it's just like we have different strengths. You know what I'm saying? And also, Greg, we don't give a fuck. We just talk to each other in truth at all times. And, no, really, and that's hard to do. We do it because we siblings, so it's always, we keep it 100. But like some people don't. I hate when people don't do it, but most people don't.
Yeah.
And so it takes that to succeed. Just like when you're in the studio, just like, hey man, you don't sound good.
Yeah.
And you just like, all right, and you do it better.
Is that a Douglas trait, or is that just like, were you always like that, or did you is that at some point in your life you had to be like, okay, maybe I got to take some criticism?
Oh no! When I first started singing, if anybody told me something was wrong with my song, I would get pissed. Like, say what? Ain't nothing wrong with my song. I ain't gonna work with you. Like, this is the best, But as I've gotten older, I started to listen, and I'm like, okay, well, let me try it this way and let's see how it sounded. And seeing how it sounded, I liked it, so I just go from there. But at first, no.
That's something that, as a teacher, I find. Every student goes through a different process with accepting criticism.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, was there a moment where you had that change of heart, where you became more receptive to it? Or then also, how is there something that I can do as a teacher to actually encourage someone to be receptive to criticism without offending them?
Well, I think the first thing you would just need to let them know that you're not there to offend them, but you want them to get better and you want them to be the best that they can. You want to push them to their limit because you see how far they can go. So if they would just take that criticism and just learn to grow from it, they'll be unstoppable. And I think that's how I started. Yeah.
Also, Greg, we come from a family who just keep it 100 with you, bro. Like, hey, but you don't sound good, bro. So you might want to get a different job, like that.
We definitely do.
Yeah. Look, let's play another one, man. This one's the title track from the EP. Is called Danis Here.
I think it's time I take control. Danis here to make it stay. Daddy, lay back and enjoy the show. You know the vibe, you know the feeling. Baby, don't stop until I finish. I'ma make sure you remember. Summer, since I'm falling winter. Can you weather a storm? Choke me and fold me
All right, that's enough of that. That's too vulgar. We can't even look. We got kids. My other little sister here, she just turned 27, man. She can't be listening to this stuff, Greg. No, it's a good song. I like all these songs because they're well produced.
Mm-hmm.
And like, were you taking like 1,000 takes? How does it, or are you singing in tune? Is it auto tune?
Yeah. Some of them knew I was not singing like right at that moment. Oh no, so they're gonna make you sing it over and over and over and over and over. And I'm like, look, you sure that ain't gonna work? I'm tired. So
So you were taking you were doing like a lot of takes to kind of get the right one.
It took me weeks to finish this song.
Wow.
I had to re-record the whole thing at one point. So, to get it right how we were, because, we knew it was going to be the first song out. We wanted to make a statement like, Dani's here. So it wasn't a one take.
Mm.
How do you know when something is finished? That's like one of the most challenging things.
That was hard because we kept listening to the song 1,000 times. We wanted to get it right, but we kept changing stuff or put other stuff in there. And I'm like, we got to stop. It sounds good like it is. Let's just go ahead and get it out because I think we did a good job on it.
Somebody in the comments wants to know when they can get a feature and how much it costs. Should they email you?
Yeah. Email me. Who is that?
Instagram message.
Instagram. Yeah, hit her in the DMs for the feature. And if you in the shed, you sound good. And remember, I get 15% of all proceeds from this.
The sibling fee.
That's right. 15. So like, what's that like? Just the process of recording and it taking so long, because you got this music inside of you and you going in and you just like, damn man, okay, we did 2 weeks on this song, another 2, it seems like it's gonna take you a few months just to get the record finished.
Right.
Whereas like when jazz musicians go into the studio, we go in there, we got 8 hours because we're broken. That's all we can afford. So if it ain't good after that, no problem.
And we went through, we experienced something. My producer, we was almost finished, but he lost a lot of fouls also. So it was kind of discouraging for us both. So we kind of taking a break, just taking a breather. But we are trying to get it out as soon as possible. Hopefully in a couple of months, it will be ready. But like I said, but every song that we record, I have to go through that emotion. So that's the only thing, waiting for that emotion to come out so that we can get the song done. That's it. So probably about 2 months.
That seems crazy as hell. Like do you think, let me rephrase it. It's not crazy. This is your process. But do you think you'll get to a place where you don't have to feel the emotion in the moment and you can regurgitate? Yeah, just be like, all right, I remember that. Let me pull that back out of myself.
Yeah, I do. Sometimes I don't be in the emotion. But we'll sit there and we'll start having a conversation, just talking about it, of what I went through, and I'll get pissed off right then. I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and record it. I got pissed off. But hopefully I can get to a point where I just record it and it sounds the same. But right now,
Hey, Greg, you think she Now remember, I didn't say this. Me and Greg didn't say this, but she said all women are bipolar. Okay, y'all just remember we didn't say that. But is it ever a time that you're in the studio and there's somebody that you have forgiven or you moved on, and then you feel that emotion, then you go home, you be like, actually, I hate your ass, because you've been in it, you've been method acting at.
Yeah, I have this one record that I did on my son, and of course that emotion is gone. I go through it sometimes, but sometimes it's harder to deal with. But I know when I did the record that day, when I listened to it that night, it's like I was crying.
Wow.
So that emotion, it comes back after I do my records.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah.
Dani, can I ask you too? So are you still living in Jackson?
I do. I live in Jackson.
Okay, so So what's the music scene like in Jackson? And I'm curious because Darrian moved up to New York, and
Mhm.
you're creating some killing stuff down in the South. And so what's the scene like in Jackson? And do you feel like staying in Jackson, are you able to reach the audience and your career goals by staying in a city like that?
I don't. I don't think that Jackson or Mississippi can get you where you want to be. Atlanta, places like New York, the bigger cities. Like instead of focusing here, I try to focus other cities that's bigger so I can get my music heard. But
Because you're doing a lot of traveling back and forth from Jackson
yeah.
to make it happen with 2 kids and
Mm-hmm.
and a job, and like you
Exactly.
it's somebody like we interviewed Silas, dear Silas, and he's kind of he lives in Jackson too, or in the Jackson area, and he's also an up and coming artist, and he got millions of followers and streams, and so it's like it's interesting now because with the internet you can definitely reach the audience. You kind of gotta like now you gotta build your audience first,
Yeah.
and then like Beyonce will call you like, "Oh, I got a record deal,"
Right.
or whoever. That's kind of the interest, the vibe. Like, how do you feel about that process that you're going through now?
It's definitely a process because to even get anyone to listen to your music, you have to build who you are as an artist. So just letting them hear the music, doing interviews, letting them in your life, I think is how they'll start kind of gravitating towards you. And like I say, just speaking about life in your music. And I think anybody would gravitate towards it. So it's definitely a process.
Yeah.
What's it like? I want to ask, keep going back, Jackson, but what's it about Jackson and what's it about the South that creates such killing music? It's such amazing, food, arts. What is it about this culture?
About Jackson, I don't know, because I guess you feel like that because maybe you're not from here.
He from New Orleans.
I mean, I'm from New Orleans, so I feel like we're like cousins in the
Okay.
whatever you want to call this place.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we have a lot of dope artists here though.
Yeah.
I mean, but I look at your city or New York, I look at those cities too, and I think that they have a lot of great artists. I don't really think it's just the South. I think it's everywhere.
You know what it is, man? To me, like the South is special because of the from the African American perspective, because of the struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like even if you look at just our family, like when our grandmother was raised, she didn't have running water. So like you hear these stories, coming up, and you put that into your music, and it makes you work a little bit harder because you appreciate where you came from. You know what I'm saying? Versus people who are in New York, they don't create as good music because people who are from there, because life is a little easier. They get on the subway, everything is accessible. But in the South, you're always working to get to the New York or the San Francisco or the Chicago. You're always working towards that. So you don't have that like, oh, I'll just go outside and see the Beyonce walk down the street. Like we don't have that option.
No,
I think a little bit of that fuels you as you're growing up in the South, and it's just more talent too. For some reason, maybe it's the band programs. I don't know. It just seems to be more talent.
It's a lot of talent, but they don't look at this down South. That's the only thing that I hate about it. Nobody pays attention to down South.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, well, dang. So I think that's why a lot of people move to New York or Atlanta or Dallas, so they can get heard.
Yeah, that's definitely like I have a very similar feeling in that New Orleans. New Orleans is the home of like some of the most talented people I've ever encountered in my life. It's soulful, honest, genuine, all these positive things, and it's like the only like that's the gift that made them, but it's also the thing that holds them back in a lot of ways. And but yeah, I feel very inspired by I just feel there's a certain honesty to the cats who are down here in the South that. I don't know if it's because it resonates with me because I'm from here too, or if it's really there. But I know a lot of people say that.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. The southern thing.
Danny, what's it like being a single mom and an artist? How do you balance all that stuff?
That shit hard.
I mean, Darius got 3 people helping.
That's right.
I work, I come home, deal with children, and then I go to the studio and I probably stay there. It's like 4 or 5 in the morning. I mean, a lot of times I have them with me. I mean, because I know it's something that I want to do. So I don't really look at it to like I have kids. So like a lot of people think they can't do it if they have children. They drive me to do it. So.
Yeah, the kids give you a different kind of energy to see because you trying to provide for them and you trying to, you know, do your thing with them. It gives you a different purpose in life other than like it's not just I'm just doing this because of me. I'm doing this because of them. I want them to have a better life. At least that's how I feel. We only got 1 kid. You're right, Greg. I do have like 18 people here helping me. Helping me with them with mine, but she's like 5 children. She's crazy.
I have 5 kids.
No, I ain't got no 5 kids.
Oh.
Just don't do 23 and me. So on a normal day, like, so you were working like a day job kind of thing regularly?
Yes, I do 7:30 to 5:30. I'm actually a special agent. But yes, all day pretty much is how I look at it. And then I really don't get a lot of sleep when I go to the studio. I grind.
I feel like that's so inspiring and important for a lot of people to really acknowledge too, that, you know, if I was to just click your music video online, I would just have this assumption about what your life is.
Yeah.
And I think that it's really important for everyone to know that you are working your ass off all day, 24/7 to, you know, even if you weren't doing the music, you'd still be working your ass off. But to accomplish these things that you're doing, it's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Extremely inspiring.
Thank you.
Yeah, somebody in the comments was like, single mom life is crazy. Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah. I don't think people really understand. I was thinking about this, and this is kind of off topic, but like a lot of times you hear on TV dudes like, I pay my child support. I give her like $300 a month. And I'm just like, now that I have a kid, I'm like, what the fuck that's gonna do?
Exactly. Nothing.
Yeah.
Literally.
You know.
What do you hope to, you know, as I know your children have an opportunity to kind of see you work, and what do you hope that they can learn from the way you operate and the way you live your life?
I want my kids to be better than me. I want them to learn that if you want something, go out there and get it. You can't sit down all day in the house and think that you're gonna get somewhere. You know, so like I tell my son, he plays baseball. If you want it, you need to sleep, breathe, and eat baseball. Get out there every day and go practice. Work hard for it, get better at what, you know, you're trying to do. But like I said, be better than your mama. I want you to make it, get out there.
You want your kids to be musicians?
It don't matter. I want them to be whatever they feel like they are good at. A musician would be great. So, you know, it's a start, but I don't think neither one of my children want to do that right now.
I feel like if you bring them to the studio all the time, like, you know, they're peeping you out on the DL, you know, they're taking notes and shit. And when they turn 10, 11, they're gonna be, Mom, I made an EP too.
Right.
Oh, well, Jojo, he rapping and stuff, so he used to, at least.
He did one, but he don't want to do it anymore. He's like, he in the baseball, so.
Man, we coming to the end here, but I want to play one more track since your songs are so short.
Sure.
This one right here is called Foul Shit. Here we go.
I told you about my deepest secrets. You turned right around and did me wrong. I was pregnant, nigga, you was cheating. Up in night sneakers, scrolling through your texting different bitches, but you can't seem to come home. You disrespectful motherfucker, but then you wanna say that I'm wrong. Even your mama with that bullshit, I thought I was losing it. The fuck? Y'all got me out here thinking I'm crazy. You want some foul shit, you be on some foul shit. You want some foul shit, you be on some foul shit. You want some foul shit, you be on some foul shit. You want some foul shit, you be on some foul shit. You was mad I caught you slipping, nigga. Yeah, you slipping. But should I really give a fuck? I don't. I'm about to have your baby, nigga. Stop playing. Are you out laying with a thug? I can't believe you didn't focus on us.
Wow, that's you was about to get in. I can't believe you didn't focus on us.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
It's enough motherfuckers for all of us.
That's Greg's first motherfucker like since we started this podcast. Congratulations, Greg. You did
I try to keep it PG, man. You know, my kids are watching at school.
That's and just to bring it full circle, that's how we started. You talking about, you know, your frustration with the men that you encountered, and you said 90% of the women encounter men who don't do the right thing, who don't focus on what's right in front of them.
Right. They don't focus what's right here in front of you. Okay. But it's like when they're about to lose you is when they try to start focusing.
There you go. You ain't saying but a word.
It's too late at that point.
It is too late. I was just watching it. What's that TV show? It's on VH1 with Tammy Rowland. What her name is?
Oh yeah.
It's like yeah, like they be cheating on. It's crazy. Like as soon as you pop in on them with the other 5 girls, like one girl she was cheating with a dude, and she was cheating with a girl, and then the girl she was cheating with that girl boyfriend. It was just a lot. And then they showed up just like, oh, what's happening? No, I really want you though. Like, no, you don't.
You don't.
You don't.
You showed me the first time. You did.
Yeah. People can't focus, Greg. I used to be like that when I was in my early 20s, but see, now I'm old. I'm old.
Well, let's not get into that. That's a whole nother
yeah, that's a whole nother podcast.
We have to start another nonprofit for that one.
Listen, y'all, we coming to the end. Before we go, I do want to give you, Miss Dani Douglas, an opportunity to tell the people where they can buy your merchandise, buy your CDs, connect with you, and become one of your fans.
Yes, my Instagram is the Dani Douglas, and you can download my music on Spotify, iTunes. You can go on YouTube, but you can get it from anywhere, all over.
There you go. You don't have no merch.
No,
okay.
Not yet. It's coming.
All right, get you some merch. Well, look, thank you so much for coming on the Working Artist Project. Mm-hmm. It's been a true pleasure.
Woo! Thanks.
All right, thank y'all for having me.
I'm so glad to get to meet you and get to hang, and your music is absolutely killing.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. My name is Darrian Douglas.
My name is Gregory Agid.
We'll catch y'all later.